After giving it a couple of days of thought, I am now ready to talk to you all about Nintendo's latest Direct. Overall, I thought the Direct was really good. Yeah, there was some games that weren't for me, but there was a game there for everyone to see. And man, there were a lot of exciting games. So let's go over the latest Nintendo Direct. And right from the gate, Super Mario Maker 2. This game I thought it was just going to be Super Mario Maker ported over from the Wii U to the Switch, but not until I saw slopes. And yes, that is a big deal because Mario Maker 1, oof, man, there's a lot of uncompleted levels that I had that didn't have slopes that needed them big time. And now Mario Maker 2 has that. Of course, it has other things as well, like the controlled path that you can actually set and control different kinds of enemies. And yes, the Cat Mario power-up suit from Super Mario 3D World. So that's a really huge shock. I'm so glad this game is coming out. And it's really coming out June 2019. Really soon. That was another thing too that blew my mind. I was like, whoa, that soon? Because I thought it was going to be like a fall game or even a game for next year. But no, June 2019. Man, I'm going to have so much fun making levels and making videos of myself making levels and playing other people's levels. Super Mario Maker 2, welcome to the Switch. Koizumi was the main host of this Nintendo Direct, which I thought was kind of nice to see him again, and there is actually a reason why he is directing this Nintendo Direct, but we'll get to that later. He kind of snaps us on over to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I've never played the first two Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, and I'm not really that big of a Marvel fan, so I'm not really that excited for this game, but yet again, I mean, I would try this game out. If I can get my hands on it or there's a demo, I would try it out because there's a lot of different type of Marvel heroes. You got the Defenders, the Avengers, Captain Marvel. It's just there's so many different kinds that you can play as. And of course you're stopping Thanos from wreaking havoc and destruction. So really there's nothing much for me to say, and they didn't really show off that much. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming out summer 2019 with no official release date.
Do harm to the universe. As characters level up, they'll learn skills you can use on the fly. In Carol Danvers' case, literally. In addition to basic attacks and skills, each hero has an Alliance Extreme Attack, their most powerful move. Whether you join forces with friends locally or online, take teamwork to unprecedented levels as you creatively combine hero skills into synergy attacks.
The next game that they showed off was Box Boy, and just like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I have never played Box Boy before. Each time that I see this game, I just think it's kind of dull and boring. I get it, it's a 2D platformer puzzle game, something that I'm not really a big fan of, but I'm glad that they are making another one because I know there are people out there who did enjoy the previous Box Boy games, and now it's kind of arriving on a bigger screen rather than the 3DS. So I am happy for those games being made and making people happy. It's just I don't think I will ever play one, to be honest. Sorry, Box Boy. And the next set of news was kind of weird. It was just them telling us that Smash Bros. Version 3.0 is on its way in spring and that Joker will become available as a playable character during that time, but they didn't show off any gameplay of Joker. And that to me was kind of weird because usually they kind of show off a trailer and how the character kind of plays. We've seen nothing about Joker and how he plays and what his Final Smash will be, and to me it's just really weird. It's kind of just strange that with a Nintendo Direct, of course you're gonna have Smash Brothers still striving and making DLC content, but yet again you're not going to show anything about that DLC content, and there was no other further updates about other playable characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I just thought it was kind of weird and kind of taking this Nintendo Direct to a complete halt. And also, kind of in stranger news, Captain Toad is getting a DLC pack. Yes, you heard me correctly. Captain Toad, a game that came out, I believe, last summer, is getting a brand new DLC pack. Now, I know Nintendo has said before that they want to make more DLC with their current games and stuff like that. But why Captain Toad? Of any Nintendo game, it should be Pokken Tournament. They should have a DLC pack. But I guess with this DLC pack, it's adding new levels and I guess co-op play? I don't know if you could do that in Captain Toad. The last Captain Toad I played was on Wii U. I didn't get the Switch version. So they are adding co-op play, which is a free update. The additional levels and stuff like that, you have to pay. And they're not even out yet. You're pretty much paying for a pre-order. that's pretty much what the news was from this Nintendo Direct with Captain Toad, which is fine, don't get me wrong, pre-order the content that is coming out, but yet again, give people a little bit of a taste of that new content. The next announcement was actually Bloodstained, a game that I believe that got pushed back. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not really interested in it. I know it's from the person who created Castlevania. It does look amazing. The art style just looks so beautiful. And now you can customize your character. I don't know her name. I do apologize about that. I'm just not that interested in Bloodstained, to be honest. I think it looks like a great game, but it's just not for me. The next announcement was actually really, really surprising. It's Dragon Quest Builders 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch. I mean, it is also coming to PS4 and Xbox One, but this game looks awesome. I was a huge fan of Dragon Quest Builders. I think it won my Game of the Year, whichever year it came out in, and I'm ready. I'm so ready. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a game that I've just been so ready for. Ever since I beat the first one, I was just like, nope, give me more. I need more, and this is it. And the announcement after that is Dragon Quest XI S Definitive Edition is coming to the Nintendo Switch. And they did a really long trailer of the game, and I don't understand why they did. To be honest, I thought the trailer was way too long, and I was just like, okay, I get it. I played Dragon Quest XI on PS4. I'm not getting it for Nintendo Switch, but I am glad that it is coming out. Now, there was, of course, news about it coming to the 3DS. That was nowhere near this Nintendo Direct. There was nothing actually 3DS news in this Nintendo Direct, and I thought that was awesome. I think finally the ship for the 3DS has finally set sail, guys. I think it's done. I think moving forward it's going to be on just nothing but Nintendo Switch news.
Becomes an adult, he finally discovers his true heritage and the powers that make him the luminary. When he goes to the king of the largest kingdom for guidance, he is dubbed Darkspawn. So begins the perilous journey of a hunted hero and the ragtag band of adventurers who will join him on his quest to set things right. Together they'll explore the towns and terrain of the sprawling, detailed land, Erdrea. Monsters roam free of random encounters. When you engage them, choose your strategy wisely in turn-based battles. You must know when to attack, when to heal, when to use magic, and when to switch your party members' orders. As you do, you'll earn skill points which can be used to teach party members attacks, spells, and improve their abilities.
There were quite a few times that Koizumi has kind of stopped the Nintendo Direct to talk a little bit. And I think that's awesome, don't get me wrong. I actually really do like Koizumi as a presenter. I think he gets right to the point. I mean, granted, Nintendo Directs have changed from Iwata passing away to what they have now, which are headlines. But the next game after this was Disney's Tsum Tsum Festival, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, the Tsum Tsum part. This game is straight up for kids. This game is not for adults. I mean, it could be for Disney fans, but literally this game is for kids. Probably little kids, I would even say that. Which is, hey, that's great. Make a game for them. Disney, of course, is going to sell, so it's cool that it's around. The little figurines do look pretty adorable. I will have to say that, though. This game is honestly, to me, it's just funny with this game. Starlink Battle for Atlas. Yes, it is getting more Star Fox DLC content. This time, Wolfsbane, the rest of them I should say, is coming to wreak havoc. And Star Fox, more of his partners have to stop them. Falco, Slippy, and Hare will have to stop the other members of Wolfsbane. Now, at the end of this trailer, it looked like there was some sort of racing-like mechanic in this game. People were saying that Retro was making a Star Fox Grand Prix. I think people got that information mixed up with Starlink Battle for Atlas, because it does look like that they're racing at the end of that trailer. So it just could be me, but I truly feel like that this is what the Star Fox Grand Prix game was, that it is in Starlink. And to be honest with you guys, if you guys haven't bought Starlink, I know I haven't, I might get it. It's right now it should only be like $30 or $40. And I think that's even including the figurine of Star Fox, of course. I might get it for the Switch, just for this DLC content. If they're going to keep making more and more and more DLC content for Star Fox for the Switch on Starlink, absolutely. I'm going to probably get this game down the road. Now with these next two game announcements, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what kind of game these two games were, or what one of them was, and what the next announcement after was going to be. Rune Factory 4 and Rune Factory 5 are both coming to the Nintendo Switch. I'd never played a Rune Factory game. Honestly, it kind of looked like Harvest Moon mixed in with Sims. I guess that's probably the correct way of saying this. It did look good, though. I do kind of want to try it out, and I know there's a lot of people who are big fans of Rune Factory, and I think there's somewhat of a background story that the company that was making it closed down. If this is the correct game that I'm thinking of, and I'm glad that this game is coming out, Rune Factory 4 and 5, and I'm just happy. I'm happy for those people. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. I'm just happy for those kind of people. Hopefully I can try it one day and stuff like that. It does look like a game that I can sink quite a few hours into it. But Rune Factory 4 and 5, it's kind of nice to have you back. I know I'm going to mispronounce this game. Oninaki is Square Enix's new RPG on the Nintendo Switch. You'll travel between the realms of life and death and rescue souls that have turned to monsters. And I'll be honest, I kind of saw this game and didn't really have any sense of connection with it. I will say the art style was really cool, but nothing that big or grand that I thought of it. The next game, though, was Yoshi's Crafted World. Of course, they released a trailer and told us that there's a playable demo. My first impressions have been up of that demo on this channel, which you should go check out. But if you haven't played it, download it. It's a lot of fun. And it's coming out March 29th. Now, Koizumi comes back and he's transitioning it over to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now, let me say, they gave out a lot of information about Fire Emblem Three Houses. The characters, what your role is. It's kind of weird what your role actually is. Let me actually kind of explain that. When you play a Fire Emblem game, you are controlling the main character as well as his allies and the troops. This game, the main character who you're playing as is controlling his students who are his allies, allies or the troops. But you're also controlling the troops as well. So it's like a Fire Emblem Inception in a way. But really, Fire Emblem Three Houses represent three different houses or three different nations. Black Eagle, Blue Lion, and I believe it's Golden Deer or Yellow Deer. I don't know if we can actually pick which alliance we want to be on because we're actually the teacher in that game. We're going to be teaching these students to become better warriors, and I guess in a way that they're going to be doing our betting. They're going to be fighting our fights, and I'm pretty sure we can fight alongside them because a little bit at the end, we kind of did see us fighting alongside them. This trailer had a lot of lore here that I don't want to describe word for word because honestly the trailer is 5 minutes and it's not that long of a trailer. The thing that was really disappointing about this whole Nintendo Direct was kind of the Fire Emblem Three Houses part, and this game is my most anticipated game of 2019. And I just gotta say, I just wish they showed gameplay. I know it seems like it's not going to be that much different, the gameplay is, but I just wish they would have shown, because I think at most we only got like 15 seconds of gameplay. I guess nothing is really changing, if that makes sense. For example, in past Fire Emblem games, you were able to train up your allies' skills, and like, for example, making them better axe battlers or sword users or something like that. It's kind of the same thing in this game, but this time you're the teacher teaching your students, or teaching your warriors, I should say. I'm so excited for this game. The game looks really good. It's not coming out in spring anymore. It got pushed back to July 26th, which of course there's a special edition. But yeah, that was Fire Emblem Three Houses. It sucks that it is pushed back, and it is a bit disappointing in this Nintendo Direct, but I understand why it got pushed back. It needs more time. Since, hey, we were all understanding about Metroid game pushed back, we could probably understand why with Fire Emblem as well. But yeah, that was pretty much Fire Emblem Three Houses in this Nintendo Direct. Sucks that there's no demo or whatever, but I understand why there isn't.
Hey, over here!
Forward, now!
3 territories. 3 houses. Your very own journey. Fire Emblem Three Houses will release on July 26th.
The next announcement is the greatest game ever that Nintendo could have given to us. Tetris 99. That is right. Tetris 99 is a battle royale like Tetris game. Of course, I've already made a couple videos on it. Tetris 99 First Impressions and Tetris 99 Tuesdays #1. The game is awesome. I can't just describe how awesome the game is. It's really fun to play. It's difficult to get #1. I haven't even gotten there yet. I think the highest I got is 26. So yeah, it's a really, really difficult game, but my gosh, it's so fun. It's free to play. You do need the online subscription with Nintendo Switch. So I mean, I guess you can pay $1, I believe it is, for a month. Just try it out. But honestly, in my opinion, it's worth the $20, and it's free if you have the Nintendo subscription. So download it. And now the Nintendo Direct hits a wall hard. Dead by Daylight, I guess, is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I think I've only played Dead by Daylight once, and that game is not fun in my opinion. I did not have a good time playing it. I think the graphics look terrible. I don't understand why this game was in the Nintendo Direct. It's just a huge momentum killer. The next game after that, though, is Deltarune, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The first episode is free, but then the rest of the game will not be free. And yeah, I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet or nothing like that. It's from the people who made Undertale, and that game was very, very popular. Never played both, actually, so I'm really excited to play Deltarune. This game, I'm now a believer on. Daemon X Machina, when I first saw it, I was just like, whatever. It's just another robot game that I don't really care about, since it's not Gundam, Transformers, or Armored Core. But man, I was really wrong. I have my first impressions up on the channel. It's only like a 5-minute or so video, so it's not that long of a video since Marvelous keeps taking my videos and copyright claiming them. But really, Daemon X Machina is a really cool looking game. It has a lot of style to it, right from the music all the way to the gameplay and even to the characters and the voice acting. I would download this demo if I was you. Do not sleep on it. This is going to be an amazing game when it comes out, and I believe it comes out in the summertime. And this was, for me personally, also a huge momentum killer. All these third-party games like Grid Autosport, Sonya, Hellblade, and Unravel 2, with the Final Fantasy games coming to the Nintendo Switch, they all look great and all that kind of stuff, but really, I don't really want to play any of those games. I played Final Fantasy VII, which is coming out at the end of March, which I think is weird. And Final Fantasy IX, I'll be honest, I just want to play it on a PlayStation, not on a Switch. Same with Grid Autosport. I only play one racing game a year, and I'll be honest, if it's not Forza or Gran Turismo, I'm not going to waste my time on it. And Hellblade, I just never was interested in that game, honestly. Unravel 2 is kind of the same thing. I just don't really care for those kind of games. So this part of the Direct, it's cool that these games are coming out on the Switch, and it's actually going to be really interesting in what they look like. But to me personally, I'm just going to pass on them. And now we're getting towards the end of the Nintendo Direct. But man, this next game from Platinum Games and Nintendo, Astral Chain, it looks amazing. When I first saw it, I thought it was a Monolith kind of game. I thought it was like, is the sequel into the far future of Xenoblade Chronicles or something like that? Because graphically it looks like a Xenoblade game, but it wasn't. It was from Hideki and Platinum Games, and man, it looks amazing. To be honest, I have no idea what the story is. I have no idea what was 100% going on, but the gameplay, the way the game looks graphically and the style, it just looks so beautiful. And it's coming out, I believe, August 26th, so really soon. I know we'll see more on that game at E3, and dang, Nintendo has got another one in the bag with Platinum Games. We also got a quick update of Bayonetta 3, and all Koizumi said was they're still working on the game, the show or nothing like that, which is kind of disappointing, but I understand, since they did just lose a game director for Bayonetta franchise, so they're probably reconstructing that game and making it probably a bit different than what it originally was. And the last game that they shown off was a huge surprise. I have never played Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, so I'm not gonna lie, I think this game looks and sounds amazing. I cannot wait to play this game. Link's Awakening is getting a remake for the Nintendo Switch, and it's coming out this year in 2019. This trailer, I know it's getting a lot of hate due to its art style, but man, I think it looks awesome. I think that was probably the best looking game, if not the second best, right behind Astral Chain. that they showed off in this Nintendo Direct. It just looks so amazing. Now, the first thing that I've kind of noticed is that there are Chain Chomps and Goombas in this game, and I didn't know that they had Mario-like enemies in a Legend of Zelda game. So this is going to be a brand new experience for me on the Nintendo Switch. I'm super, super excited for it. And that was pretty much all for the Nintendo Direct. We got some release dates, but then some other games we didn't. We just got either the year with like Link's Awakening, or the kind of a time frame of like summer. And that was kind of really the whole pattern, is that there's a lot of games coming out during the summertime, but really after Yoshi, we just have Box Boy in April, and it seemed like nothing in May. But this summer is going to be jam-packed with Mario Maker, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and Astro Chains. And yes, there was no Animal Crossing, there was no Pokemon announcements, there was nothing like that. So we'll have to wait till E3 for all of those games. But really, that was the Nintendo Direct. I thought it was a really, really good Direct. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, since I don't do that anymore, I would probably give it an 8 or a 9 even. It's just a great Direct. Stuff there for everyone. There's a lot of good games coming out, and man, Nintendo can just... they can take my wallet right now. I thought this year was going to be kind of a little bit of an off year for Switch, but I think it's going to be an off year for PS4 and other systems that I owned. And another thing too, like I said before, I think they're done with 3DS. That ship has long sailed, so I think for now going forward, it's going to be about mobile games and Switch games, but mostly Switch games. And that's pretty much it of this video, guys. What did you guys think of the Nintendo Direct? Let me know in the comments down below. And until then, see you guys on the next video.